BMW Arkansas, your home for super shows. Sponsored by McLarty Nissan.
If you suffer from muscle cramps in your legs and feet, TheraWorks Relief can help. With daily application, this fast-acting foam is clinically proven to prevent muscle cramps before they start.
I've had muscle cramps for as long as I can remember, but now that I'm using TheraWorks Relief, they have stopped. This is the only thing in my entire life that has actually worked.
TheraWorks Relief is my choice for preventing and relieving muscle cramps. Make it yours too.
Get TheraWorks Relief today at TheraWorksRelief.com.
Perfect memories don't just happen, they're made. The secret? The quality of ingredients. That's why I always use Allegro Marinade. For over 40 years, Allegro has been my marinade everything marinade, making good food taste better every time I use it. From a dinner table at home to tailgating with friends, Allegro's become a part of our family tradition. So no matter what memories you're trying to create, remember Allegro and make life taste better.
For the first decade of his career, Kevin Harvick enjoyed moderate success, but was never a serious contender for a championship. The backside of his journey has been quite the opposite. 33 of his 44 career wins have come in the second half of his career. His lone championship, which he won, was back in 2014. We take a look back at his career now in this week's Drive to Success. A native of Bakersfield, California, Kevin Harvick was born to be a racer. Starting at the age of 5, he became an accomplished go-kart racer, earning 7 national championships until he was old enough to start late model racing in his teenage years. His first big break came in 2001 when he made his Cup debut at Atlanta Motor Speedway. The pressure of that first start was immense as he was called on to replace the late Dale Earnhardt. Earnhardt, as you may remember, passed tragically a week before in a crash at Daytona International Speedway. Well, Harvick delivered on that day, winning the race in dramatic fashion, and would go on to win 40 more races in his career. The pinnacle, of course, came in 2014 when he finally put everything together and won his first Monster Energy Cup Series championship. Considered by many to be one of the top drivers of his era, his determination to win, coupled with his superior talent, fueled his drive to success. And with that, my friends, the checkered flag on today's program. Thank you so much for joining us here on Toyota's Race Week. For the entire Over the Wall crew, I'm Zach Klein. Have a great weekend.
I would get muscle cramps easily 4 or 6 times a week, indiscriminately. Could be out of my sleep, could be while working. And then I learned about this product called TheraWorks Relief. With TheraWorks Relief, I have never had a cramp anytime during any of my very long days. TheraWorks Relief has made my workday muscle cramp free. Period. End of sentence.
TheraWorks Relief is my choice for preventing and relieving muscle cramps. Make it yours too.
Get TheraWorks Relief today at TheraWorksRelief.com.
Worldwide Weapons presents Harvest Fest at Carter Off-Road Park October 25th through the 28th. Over 1,000 acres of hill climbing, mud bogging, camping, plus music by Haystack, Tragically White, and Static. Don't miss Sail, Mega Jump. Get your tickets today at CarterOffRoadPark.com.
Now, you know Rallies and Checkers is the home of the 2 for menu. They got something to fit whatever you got in your wallet. Choose 2 items for $5, 2 items for $4, 2 for $3, plus now you can get 2 items for $2. Get the Rally Burger with cheese fully loaded, or a spicy chicken sandwich with the right amount of seasoning and spices. Spicy chicken done right. Pick 2 or mix and match. This deal can't be beat. Rallies and Checkers. Fast foodies know the deal.
Donna and I met 14 years ago when we were both hired to launch Fox 16 News at 9. We really didn't know what we were getting into. Here we are all these years later as Arkansas's longest running anchor team. It's quite an honor. Funny, courageous, intelligent, gritty, passionate. I mean, the list is endless. She's invested in this community. She's invested in this city. The amount of respect I have for her can't be measured.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Donna Terrell.
And I'm Kevin Kelly.
Worldwide Weapons presents Harvest Fest at Carter Off-Road Park October 25th through the 28th. Over 1,000 acres of hill climbing, mud bogging, camping, plus music by Haystack, Tragically White, and Static. Don't miss Sale, Mega Jump. Get your tickets today at CarterOffRoadPark.com.
Serial bomber suspect. He's a bodybuilder and goes to Trump rallies. The exclusive video. Then they were engaged for just 2 days. When this happened, the chopper pilot faints. The fiance takes over the controls. One big problem. She doesn't know how to fly.
She has her hands in the air. Well, what am I supposed to do?
And air scare for Meghan Markle and Prince Harry. Then it's official. Megyn Kelly out at NBC. Is that why Al Roker is smiling? Then fleeing the courtroom. And here comes the judge, chasing them down the stairs. Plus, he touched the world when no one showed up at his pizza party. Look at him now. Lonely no more. Now, Inside Edition Weekend.
Mid-air crisis turns a dream vacation into a near-death experience for a newly engaged couple. Hello, I'm Diane McInerney, and this is Inside Edition Weekend. Just 2 days after they got engaged on a Hawaiian getaway, the Chicago couple was taking a helicopter tour of Oahu when the pilot suddenly passed out. The bride, who had never flown an aircraft before, sprang into action, grabbing the controls and saving all of their lives.
One look at this mangled helicopter, and you have to ask, how could anyone have survived such a crash? Carly McConaughey and Adam Barnett were on a dream vacation in Hawaii. Adam even asked Carly to marry him. She said yes, and they celebrated with their first ever helicopter ride.
It was the coolest thing that we had done on the trip so far.
That's 35-year-old Carly up front beside the pilot. Adam sat in the rear. They were flying over the breathtaking island of Oahu when disaster struck.
About 25 minutes into the flight, Carly looks back at me and starts pointing at the pilot. I look over at the pilot, and the pilot had lost consciousness.
The pilot was slumped over at the controls, and the helicopter was nosediving straight into the ocean.
She looks back, and she has her hands in the air. Well, what am I supposed to do? And I just yelled out, well, pull up, pull up.
It actually worked.
I just reached over and grabbed the handle and lifted up, and at one point he said, too much, and I backed off a little bit.
Definitely slowed us down and stopped us from crashing directly into the ocean.
Carly held onto the controls all the way down until the chopper took a hard landing in shallow water just off the beach. This video was taken by the Coast Guard moments after the crash. You can see kayakers coming to the rescue. That's Adam being helped from the water. His wrist was dislocated. Carly was taken away in a stretcher, her foot badly injured. Today, 4 days after the crash, they are back home in Chicago, nursing their injuries, looking forward to a life together, thanks to a fiancé who took control.
I don't think I'm proud of myself. I feel like it's something anyone would do, but maybe not.
Well, you should be.
Thank you.
The tour company said the pilot suffers from a medical condition but did not specify. Speaking of air scares, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle had one of their own. We have video inside the plane carrying the royal couple as the pilot aborts the landing.
Scare in the air for Meghan Markle and Prince Harry. Seconds from touching down in Sydney, their Qantas charter flight aborted the landing.
Just vacate now to the east about 1 mile and go around.
A reporter on the flight shot this video from his seat. You can see the plane change course and suddenly ascend. There was an aircraft on the runway that was a little bit slow to roll. We were too close, so the decision was made to abort the landing, the pilot told the passengers. Minutes later, the aircraft landed safely. They were traveling from the island nation of Tonga, where Meghan couldn't stop laughing as a college boys choir serenaded her with a song meant to ward off mosquitoes. Pregnant Meghan is doing her best to avoid the insects since they carry the Zika virus, which can cause birth defects.
The royal couple arrives home on Halloween. We are learning more about the Florida suspect who allegedly mailed at least a dozen manila packages with pipe bombs to prominent political opponents of the president, including 2 of his predecessors.
The mail bomb suspect put just about every aspect of his life on social media.
Rubber ducky, you're the one.
He can be heard singing the classic children's song Rubber Ducky on a beach. He emceed events at nightclubs. The posts also show off his rabid support for President Trump. He's often seen wearing a Make America Great Again cap.
Driving right through the eye of the storm.
There's Cesar Sayoc driving his van, a MAGA cap proudly displayed on the dashboard. The van is covered in stickers and posters expressing support for Trump and contempt for the president's critics. It was such a bizarre image, a motorist in Florida tweeted these photos last April. I saw him at a stoplight one day and thought it was very strange, he wrote. We spoke to David Sipkin, who also saw the van around town.
Just the fact that the windows were completely blocked out by all these stickers, that there were so many stickers, and that some of the stickers seemed to be threatening. I was disturbed.
Sayoc has a long criminal record going back to the 1990s, including making a bomb threat and threatening to throw a destructive device.
Now, as Megyn Kelly's troubled tenure at NBC comes to an end, her former colleagues seem to be happy that she's leaving.
It's official. Megyn Kelly is out at NBC. Megyn Kelly today is not returning, NBC News announced. Next week, the 9 a.m. hour will be hosted by other Today co-anchors. And are they gloating over Kelly's demise? Al Roker and former Today Show co-host Tamron Hall were smiling ear to ear when they met up in New York City last night. She posted the photo to Instagram, and there was immediate buzz. Were they taking a moment to enjoy the collapse of Megyn Kelly's career? After all, their 9 a.m. show was dumped to make way for Kelly's arrival at NBC.
People were loving this photograph on Instagram, probably speculating that they were talking about the controversy surrounding Megyn Kelly and probably smiling a little bit on the inside and outside.
Kelly's lawyers said in a statement, Megyn remains an employee of NBC News and discussions about next steps are continuing. One big question, what will become of Kelly's 3-year, $69 million contract? She was the highest paid anchor at NBC.
And Megyn, right here again, please.
I would imagine that her lawyers are trying to get her the max amount of money as possible. That $69 million figure is still a possibility.
Her show averaged 2.4 million viewers, a drop of nearly 400,000 viewers from a year ago when Roker and Tamron Hall were hosts.
The biggest factor here, as it almost always is in television, is ratings. Her program had sky-high expectations, and she never met those expectations.
There's been speculation that she could return to Fox News, where she was a big star. But Fox said in a very terse statement, "We are extremely happy with our entire lineup."
I don't see her going to ABC or CBS. CNN would be a long shot as well. So I really have a hard time thinking about where she might end up.
Now, incredible footage of a judge chasing down suspects who fled from his courtroom.
2 prisoners make a run for it. Not so fast. The judge yanks off his robe and gives chase.
You look like Superman and you're taking off after the crooks.
Yeah, some people have said that.
They bolt out of the courtroom. One desperado slips and leaves a red shoe behind. Then the knuckleheads in handcuffs head straight for the stairs, but the judge is right behind them. There the prisoners go, bounding down the stairs. But fearless Judge R.W. Buzzard of Washington State is closing in. They make a dash for the exit. One gets away. Then the judge makes a desperate lunge and nabs the other one right by the collar.
Kind of gave him a little shove as I was coming off the stairs to slow him down, and then just grabbed him and held him.
Here comes the judge indeed.
The second inmate was captured just a couple of blocks from the courthouse. A heart-stopping moment when a mama grizzly starts charging a guy in his own backyard. His wife was watching from the window and videotaped the scary encounter.
A scary standoff with a grizzly.
She's charging.
The wounded 600-pound bear goes down, then shakes it off and charges.
Oh, God.
The video is crazy. I think people look at that and they think, you're a goner.
Yeah, it's one of those things you don't really want to go through.
It happened in British Columbia. Lawrence Michaelchuk says he saw the mama grizzly and her cubs and loaded 3 shells into his shotgun.
But birdshot with the intent to just scare them off the property.
First, he fired 2 warning shots as his wife and kids watched. That's when the bear charged.
She's charging.
Lawrence fired his last shot. He ran for his life straight into his home.
Okay. Where is it?
Luckily, the bear finally gave up and ran back into the woods with her cubs. Now, a happy ending for a little boy who threw a party and no one came. When his hometown NBA squad heard about it, players and cheerleaders decided to give this 6-year-old kid a birthday he'd never forget.
cheers for Teddy. He's getting the birthday celebration of his dreams after none of his classmates showed up at his 6th birthday party. The whole country felt bad for the little boy when this photo went viral of him all alone at a long table filled with empty plates and all those uneaten pizzas. Now he's getting the VIP treatment with the Phoenix Suns. The basketball team invited him to Wednesday night's game and gave him lots of birthday love.
Happy birthday.
Just look at little Teddy's face light up as he high-fives all of the players as they run out onto the court. Of course, he sat courtside and was greeted by more players and birthday wishes.
Happy birthday.
And what's a birthday party without cake and cheerleaders to root you on? Afterwards, Teddy told us how great he feels.
The best day ever.
This is overwhelming.
His dad can't believe the outpouring of support.
Would have never thought this would happen in a million years.
So great. And this was Teddy's first time at a professional sports event. Certainly a birthday to remember.
Next, To Catch a Cheater, the hidden camera show watched by millions.
Oh my God!
Sexy models, couples fighting. But is any of this for real?
You were acting. Yes.
Plus, at home with the kids who broke hearts across the nation, selling their late father's kitchen invention. Plus, the real house where they filmed the horror classic Halloween.
This is the spot where hundreds of fans come to sit.
Inside Edition Weekend will be right back.
Memphis Gold and Diamond is a full-line jeweler. We have everything you could want in jewelry. Located at 4275 Elvis Presley, Memphis Gold and Diamond is family-owned and operated, and we want you to be a part of our family. Not only do we have the largest selection of jewelry, we will buy your old gold and diamonds or take it in on a trade. Come holler at Mufasa and get your grill. You make the price, and he won't turn you down. Memphis Gold and Diamond, 4275 Elvis Presley Boulevard.
Are you getting the most out of your Medicare plan? Are you sure? Many people with Medicare are eligible for plans that include extra benefits in addition to those found in original Medicare. Benefits like dental, vision, and prescription drug coverage. Call now to see if you're eligible to enroll. The consultation is free with no obligation to enroll. In addition to hospital and medical coverage, at no extra cost, you could also get coverage for prescription drugs, dental, hearing, vision, and more. In many areas, plans with benefits are available with $0 copays for many services, $0 monthly premiums, or $0 deductibles. That's hospital, medical, prescription drug, dental coverage, and more, included in one plan with premiums that may be as low as $0 a month. Call now to see if you're eligible to enroll. The consultation is free and there's no obligation to enroll.
Call 1-800-571-8580. That's 1-800-571-8580.
Your girls have been with you through every moment of your life. They were with you when you felt unbreakable, and with you when you had your heart broken. They were with you when you shared your love with the world, and with you when she became your world. They're still with you right now. But how well do you know them? You don't know my
To Catch a Cheater is a popular web series in which girlfriends and boyfriends watch their partners being unfaithful on hidden camera. But are the dramatic confrontations you see all real?
Every week, millions of people tune in to the wildly popular YouTube show To Catch a Cheater.
You don't have a girlfriend, though, right?
No.
Sexy models are often used as bait.
If you want my number, I'm down to give it to you.
Then the secretly recorded flirtations are played back to reactions like this.
Oh my God!
According to the producers, it's all real.
Those are real couples.
Those are real couples, yeah.
They're not actors.
They're not actors, no.
Sam Bavnani created To Catch a Cheater with the charismatic host of the show, Louis Mercado.
Do you hit on guys all the time?
I think comes pretty natural.
And with 30 million views a month, the program has been very profitable.
Can you give me a ballpark figure about how much you guys make?
I bought 2 houses this year, so let's just say that.
Okay, this is you.
That is me.
But is the show really for real? Well, based on this Inside Edition investigation, we have our doubts. In this episode, the guy with his face covered was caught cheating with an Instagram model.
I'm glad I broke it off. It's done.
And this is supposed to be his girlfriend, apparently furious at seeing him cheating.
No, let's talk about what's going on.
In real life, they didn't even know each other.
If we didn't sell it, it wouldn't be believable.
And you sold it.
Tamika Dawkins is an actress. So is her so-called boyfriend. His name is Micah Potts.
They directed everything. They wanted me to walk out the back room furious and angry because I just caught my boyfriend cheating. Don't touch me.
All completely fake.
How old are you? I'm 13.
In this segment, clearly designed to draw young viewers to the YouTube channel, a 12-year-old girl watches as her boyfriend is tempted with a cute cheerleader.
Can I have your number? Yeah, sure.
Are you okay?
Yeah, Mom, I'm so happy. Hey.
Guess what? She's an actress.
And I'm reading for the role of Katie.
Was there anything real at all about what you did on To Catch a Cheater?
No, there was nothing real. My name wasn't even real. My age, my boyfriend, I didn't have a boyfriend. I didn't meet the kid who cheated on me, or, you know, none of it was real.
We've actually spoken to people that have been on your show and have posed as real couples, and they're not. They say that they're actors and that you reached out in order to fake a relationship.
These are the couples that regret being on the show, or they change their mind and they feel like we'll take less backlash if we say we were acting in it than saying it's real.
I showed the producer this email, which was sent to Jessica and her mother. We want a big, over-the-top performance. Viewers really don't know what's real and what's fake when they see something online.
This is an email I've never seen. Her mother could have made this up.
But these aren't real couples, are they?
They're real couples.
To Catch a Cheater has been streaming on YouTube since 2015. A father's dream finally coming true. 3 kids orphaned after their firefighter father passed away from a 9/11 related cancer bring his invention to the TV show Shark Tank.
It may have been the most emotional episode ever on TV's hit show Shark Tank.
My name is Kaylee Young.
I'm Christian Young.
I'm Kira Young. And we're the Young family.
3 orphaned siblings pitching their late father's kitchen invention and sharing their tragic backstory.
My dad invented this when I was in high school. And then as he was getting his first prototypes, our mom was diagnosed with breast cancer. And he put everything on hold to be by her side.
They lost their mom, Elizabeth, when she was just 47 years old. Their dad, Keith Young, a New York City firefighter, continued perfecting his cutting board invention.
Open up your cup, slide it in to the tongue and groove in the board. I'm gonna take all these scraps. They're gonna go right into the cup.
Then, Keith was stricken with 9/11 related cancer, attributed to his rescue efforts at Ground Zero following the terror attacks.
He was on hospice in the beginning of the year, and he just passed away 3 months ago. So sorry. Thank you. Thank you.
The tears flowed as the kids told their story. We spoke to investor Matt Higgins, who was on the panel Sunday night.
On one hand, obviously it's a show to invest in businesses, but it's impossible not to be incredibly moved by those 3, and all of us had trouble getting through it.
Kaylee and her kid sister Kira invited Inside Edition to their home in Long Island.
I always knew that my dad's cutting board, that his dream would come true with it. I just wish he was the one here in front of you guys, but I know that he's proud of us for continuing it, and we're really happy to be doing it.
All that attention is working magic. The Cupboard Pro has sold out on Amazon. More are in production.
Our next dream is to have the cutting board in every kitchen in America.
Right now, the kids have more than $1 million in orders, so they are speeding up production.
Still to come, the Real House where they filmed the horror classic Halloween.
This is the spot where hundreds of fans come to sit like she sat.
Closed caption sponsorship for Inside Edition Weekend is brought to you by...
What is love?
2 hearts, 1 soul, a kiss, a hug, a laugh. What is love? Love is all you need. Call 1-800-SANDALS.
Stay tuned. There's more Inside Edition Weekend to come.
Honey, there comes a time when you start to notice things about your body.
I'm 20.
It's these elbows. They can't moisturize themselves. You need Jergens Ultra Healing Lotion.
So smooth.
Okay, let's work on your feet. Mom, Jergens, let your beautiful shine. Mom! Now you can lotion up on wet skin. Jergens Wet Skin Moisturizer. It absorbs just like that.
I locked the door.
Locks. And you're soft all day.
That's awesome.
You know who else is awesome? You. Jergens, let your beautiful shine.
We're here in Peru right now giving glasses and free eye care to people who need it the most. And really, it's because of you, our awesome Success Vision customers. Every time you buy glasses at Success Vision, a portion goes to helping people all over the world. So from everybody here, thank you. I'm David, and I'm proud to be a Success Vision manager.
You bear for 39 in an hour for less. Come see us today, Success Vision Express.
The facts are in. Free prescriptions. The U.S. Census Bureau says 40 million can still receive free prescriptions. Free cell phones. Experts say 35% of the country can still receive free cell phones. It's not too late.
If it was for free, I'd just love you to pieces.
I mean, how do I get it?
Call now. There is still room for you. Over 10 million people get prescriptions free, and 40 million still can. Over 15,000 dentists have provided over $330 million in free dental work. Free cell phones. Over 20 million people have taken advantage of the free cell phones, and 35% of the country still can.
This is very good. Very good.
Medical supplies like back braces, knee braces, and so many others may be covered too. Receive a new prescription savings card that has saved $180 million in prescription costs. These programs are real, and there is still room for you. Call the free RX Plus hotline now.
My name is Amy Stivers, and my daughter, Danik Marie Adams, was murdered on August the 15th, 2008. I've waited 10 years to find out who that masked gunman is who wanted to shoot my daughter and take her life over at Cadillac. Help Arkansas declare victory over violence.
(911), what is your emergency?
Bobby says he thinks a ghost called 911.
Ghosts aren't real.
Everybody gear up. Buck, Eddie, you guys see anything down there?
It's gonna be a long night.
911, all new Monday on Fox.
She's invested in this community. She's invested in this city. She's invested in the state.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Donna Terrell.
And I'm Kevin Kelly.
Halloween, the sequel to the original horror film starring Jamie Lee Curtis, is raking in millions at the box office, which means the people who live at the house used in the original film are getting a lot of visitors.
The classic horror Halloween takes place in a small town in Illinois. But in actuality, the original was filmed here at this house in South Pasadena, California. This is the house where Jamie Lee Curtis's character lived. Remember when she sits outside on the front stoop while holding a pumpkin? Countless fans recreate that famous scene.
This is the spot where hundreds of fans come to sit like she sat.
Bianca and Ron have lived in the iconic house more than 30 years. When you bought this house, you bought it in '84, you had no idea that this was the house from Halloween, did you?
No, they warned us about a possible freeway coming through, but not about 1,000 people a year coming through.
A few blocks away, this is the house where the killer, Michael Myers, lived when he was a little kid in the Halloween mask. Incredibly, the killer's home has become just as iconic as Michael Myers himself. Fans from all over the world come here to South Pasadena, California, just to see this house in person. Many come dressed as Michael Myers, complete with mask and knife, to pose in front of what is now an office building. Now, with the new Halloween a hit, you can bet even more fans will be lurking.
Coming up next, a great way to start the school day.
Closed caption sponsorship for Inside Edition Weekend is brought to you by Stay tuned. There's more Inside Edition weekend to come.
This is how your tears roll, little guy. Lucky you're rocking your Huggies, because, sorry, ladies, that's no smile. That's him doing his business.
Huggies Little Movers, our best fitting diaper that fits like a hug. Hug on.
Ugh, another delay. But you keep bouncing like I'm a bouncy castle. Oh, yeah, 5 stops, 0 leaks. We're crushing this commute.
Huggies Little Movers, our best fitting diaper that fits like a hug. Hug on.
Eucrisa is an FDA-approved prescription ointment for mild to moderate eczema. And it's 100% steroid-free. Eligible patients may pay as little as $10 per prescription. Text SAVE to 47500. Do not use if you are allergic to Eucrisa or its ingredients. Allergic reactions may occur at or near the application site. The most common side effect is application site pain. Ask your doctor about Eucrisa and visit eucrisa.com to learn about savings.
Take Prilosec OTC and take control of heartburn. So you don't have to stash antacids here, or here. Kick your antacid habit with Prilosec OTC. 1 pill a day, 24 hours, 0 heartburn.
Legs feeling sluggish? That's your body calling. Answer the call with protein and iron to power those muscles. Special K protein has those muscle-loving nutrients, made delicious. Special K, powering you.
A really cool teacher next.
Travel consideration provided by...
Sometimes a cough gets in the way of a good night's sleep. That's when he needs Vicks VapoRub, proven cough medicine with 8 hours of vapors, so he can sleep. Vicks VapoRub. Good night, coughs.
Stay tuned. There's more Inside Edition weekend to come.
The Parthenon, a symbol of power known worldwide for all your countercultural lifestyle needs. With the largest selection in Arkansas, let us help you with that hard-to-find something you're looking for. Incense, tapestries, posters, games, detox, hookahs, shisha, pipes, smoking accessories, supplements, t-shirts, storage products, CBD products, and vaporizers. We're the God's shop, the Parthenon, in Little Rock, Jonesboro, and Sherwood.
Cowboys fans, listen up. This is your chance to get inside information on America's team. Just ask Mickey. Cowboys insider Mickey Spagnola will join me every Tuesday, taking us inside the Star in Frisco for exclusive access you won't get anywhere else. To ask Mickey a question, just use the hashtag #AskMickey. You'll get an answer straight from the source.
Silver Star Nation Interactive, every Tuesday at 3 p.m. only on Fox16.com. Sponsored by Steve Landers Auto Group.
Finally, for you, a teacher finds a way to make going to school in the morning a little more fun.
Have a good weekend. This guy is one cool teacher. Have a good weekend. Danny Cahoon begins and ends each day with a custom handshake. He does this for every kid in his 5th grade class in LaSalle, Colorado. Each shake was created based on the student's individual personality.
Pretty cool. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you right back here next time.
Get a new career in the spa industry. Arkansas Beauty School. Yes, classes are enrolling now with flexible schedules to fit your needs. Become a licensed esthetician in 6 months. Arkansas Beauty School. Start today. Call now or visit arbs.edu.
Memphis Gold and Diamond is a full-line jeweler. We have everything you could want in jewelry. Located at 4275 Elvis Presley, Memphis Gold and Diamond is family-owned and operated, and we want you to be a part of our family. Not only do we have the largest selection of jewelry, we will buy your old gold and diamonds or take it in on a trade. Come holler at Mufasa and get your grill. You make the price, and he won't turn you down. Memphis Gold and Diamond, 4275 Elvis Presley Boulevard.
The CW Street Team wants to know, what would your superhero name be?
Lava Man.
Lava Man?
Shooting lava.
Are you throwing it at people?
Yes.
The ultimate speeder. I would have the powers of speed and supervision.
Supervision. That means something different to adults, I'm wrong.
Yes, sir.
I think you may need supervision.
Yes, sir.
CW Arkansas, your home for super shows. Sponsored by McClarty Nissan.
When you want the biggest stories, only one name
comes to mind.
Welcome to TMZ Live.
Stories break because we do the breaking.
So we just broke a story on the website. Harvey Weinstein was attacked. A man walked up to him, slapped him a couple of times.
Breaking what the world wants to talk about first.
Donald Trump has responded to this groundswell about Oprah Winfrey challenging him in 2020.
He's got to realize that if she were to run, there's a challenge there.
TMZ Live.
Weekdays at 1 on Fox 16.
Get a new career in the spa industry. Arkansas Beauty School. Yes, classes are enrolling now with flexible schedules to fit your needs. Become a licensed esthetician in 6 months. Arkansas Beauty School. Start today. Call now or visit arbs.edu.
The following paid commercial program does not reflect the opinions and views of Mission Broadcasting Incorporated and Nexstar Broadcasting Incorporated, this station, or their employees and affiliates.
The following is a paid advertisement for Credit Secrets, sponsored by InfoUp LLC. The product endorsers who appear have been compensated for their travel and lodging costs. All of the endorsers are actual, enthusiastic, and successful users of the Credit Secrets program.
King. You know, you could be, through no fault of your own, one of the tens of millions of people in our country with a lower credit score than you deserve, without even being late with one payment. Sound crazy? Well, in 2012, the FTC conducted a major study that showed that 1 of every 5 Americans had at least one error on one of their credit reports. In their follow-up study in 2015, 70% of consumers believe their information is still inaccurate. Well, tonight, on this Larry King special report, Is Your Credit in Crisis? One of the country's greatest credit experts is going to reveal the inside credit secrets you need to turn your financial life around. John Olsheimer is a nationally recognized expert on credit reporting, credit scoring, and identity theft. Formerly of FICO and Equifax, he's the only recognized credit expert who actually comes from the credit industry. Welcome, John.
Larry, thanks for having me. I'm very excited to be here.
John, for those of us who live in Beverly Hills, what credit crisis?
Well, Larry, look, even though things may be great for you, 1 out of 3 Americans have low credit scores. 1 out of 3. So let's say I take you with your incredible credit score and one of the tens of millions of people with a low credit score into a car dealership. You will be in and out with your brand new car in record time. But how many of your viewers identify with the other scenario? You're buying a car for your wife or grown child to get to work safely. You fill out all the forms and you're sweating, waiting for your salesman to come back from the finance office. Finally, after what seems like hours, he comes back, looks you in the eye and says, "We have to decline your loan today," right? You feel like you're just punched in the gut. But why, you ask? He looks down at the floor and says, "I'm sorry, I can't tell you that. You'll be getting a letter in the mail in the next few days that will explain why." And turns and walks away, leaving you alone.
Ooh, ouch. What do you tell the family when you get home?
Yeah, exactly. You know, you want to crawl into a hole, hope everything will get better on its own. The problem will fix itself. It's like a bad dream, Larry, but it's not a bad dream. It is real, and the problem will not fix itself.
And it's just from your credit report?
Yes, sir. That is just the tip of the iceberg, Larry. It can cost you a loan, a home, a cell phone, a reasonable interest rate, a credit card, even a job.
It's hard to believe one piece of paper can have that devastating effect.
That's a very good point. 1 out of every 3 Americans, Larry, if not you, the person living next door.
Let's break away for a moment and hear from some people just like you and how they're dealing with their credit in crisis.
I had a really successful business, and it was driven by credit. And I was doing great volume one day, and I was out of business the next. I lost my farm. I lost my house. It caused a heart attack. I went through a divorce, and I tried to pick up the pieces.
For me to have to say, I cannot get you something for Christmas, that was like the worst.
You can't imagine when you're trying to get something and everybody tells you no, and you know you're worthy,
but because of what's happened in the past, it kind of tears you down.
Seeing my little girl and not being able to buy her a house or a place where she can play. And the credit bureaus don't care. They don't care, and the collection agencies, they don't care. They just want the money. And that's what's hard about it is I don't have the money. I make a ton of money. I'm an engineer, and I can't even buy a house with all the money I make, and it's hard.
Wow, so much suffering.
Well,